Hello, everyone. Welcome again to yet another phase of the Google Africa Developer Scholarship Program. My name is Cheruta, and today I'm going to take you through how you're going to participate in the community projects. Thanks to everyone who opted in for this phase. We believe that this is a great opportunity to put your skills into practice, to build innovative projects, and even build the solutions that you know are going to solve for problems in your local community or even Africa at large or even in the world. So I'm going to take you through how you're going to be participating real quick. More details we are going to be sharing tomorrow. That's 3rd of October during our AMA session. So in case I don't cover anything, be sure to join the session and ask any questions. So we'll be there to answer. So I'm going to take us through this real quick, and the run through of what this will contain would be: one, I want to take you through an overview of the community projects. Two would be how you should get started. Three, the tools and environment and setup. And lastly, product delivery and reporting. So starting with an overview, and this I've shared already, we want to build solutions that will help our society now and even into the future. So we all know that the current pandemic has changed how we view and how we operate in our day-to-day activities. Technology, however, is in a better place to solve for most of the problems that we are facing right now. We've derived a couple of categories on in terms of what you can work on, and one, we have people who have opted in to build solutions on education, others e-commerce, others remote work, others fintech, health, and even for you who opted in to work on solutions that maybe we've not identified here. We are really happy to see what you're going to build by the end of this phase. Okay, so how do you get started? And I'm going to talk about it in two aspects. So we have people who are participating in teams and those who are participating individually. If you will be participating in a team, so everything that I'll go through here will apply to those participating individually. The only difference is if you're participating individually, basically you mean, you own your own project, you own your own development, and you are basically your own team lead. So in any instance that I mention a team lead, it means you are going to work on it on your own and deliver. And even if it's about progress, you're going to share that with us as an individual participant. So now that we have that covered, I believe almost everyone, all of us have joined our Slack workspace. We are still going to be using the same Slack workspace. We have created teams for the team participants, and you are expected to join your team on Slack. On the email that we've sent to you, you should have your team. So go ahead to the Slack channels, look for your team, introduce yourself, and also, as you introduce yourself, your track. We know some cloud learners or engineers are going to be participating in building web and even Android projects. So introduce yourself, the track you've been part of, your strengths, your preferred stack, and stuff like that. Also, what we expect from you once you've done so will be, as soon as possible, have your first team meeting. In this team meeting, we want you to be able to ideate your project, come up with, I know you have different ideas, decide on what project you are going to be working on as a team, come up with the details of the project, create a roadmap of, the tasks that you can break down from the project that you're going to be working on, come up with tasks that you're going to be working on that front, as well as the timelines and who is going to be responsible for what. So make sure you join your team so that you don't miss your first team meeting, because that team meeting is going to help you know what you're working on and contribute to the team project. And then we expect you to share details of your project once you've done so. So I'm going to add this link to the description, and before even you have that meeting, or as you have that meeting, make sure you go through all the items that you're supposed to fill in the form so that you discuss about it in the team meeting. We have assigned you a team lead as well, and the team lead will expect you to use your team lead as your point of contact, and only one person can fill the form. So you can let the team lead do that. And I'm going to talk more about, your participation and how the team leads are going to be participating in this phase. Okay, so I would say for the individual participants, most of these apply to you, just the fact that, you are not going to be doing it in a team. Okay, on to the next item, which would be the tools, environment, and setup. So talking about first things first would be ethics and collaboration. So we expect you to align with our code of conduct. We want you to be kind. We want you to respect your teammates as you work on this project. So please make sure that, you go through the code of conduct once more before, you start engaging with the team members. But we know you are all in here for the best. So, we just want to ensure that everyone is aligning with the code of conduct. Okay, let's talk about the cool stuff, collaboration. If it's your first time, working on a collaborative project, I am very sure this is going to be an exciting and learning opportunity for you. So we expect you to make use of the tools and the features and everything that we've put in place for you to collaborate. And the first thing that I did mention would be you'll be using the Slack channel, and all your teammates should be able to join the Slack channel. Use that as your main means of communication. As I said, introduce yourself to your teammate. In case you're having any blockers, ensure that you share with your teammates and keep collaborating using that as you use Slack to communicate. Another item that I did mention would be the technical team lead. So thanks a lot to everyone who opted in to participate as a team lead. We received a number of applications and we were not able to take in everyone as a team lead. So we expect you to, if you were selected, we expect you to really give your best to lead your team, and you will be the team's point of contact. In case your team lead doesn't join your team as soon as possible, or in case you have any sort of inactivity from them, please let us know as soon as possible. And also, as you let us know, work with your teammates to nominate another team lead and communicate the new team lead with us. So we'll be happy to support them. So the team lead will be assigned, the team will be assigned a TTL, which will be the team lead, and we expect you to collaborate and work on coming up with a project name, inspiration behind that. So the form that I shared earlier should contain everything that I just mentioned, and the team lead is the one who is going to create the repo and on GitHub, and also add every member of the team to the repo. So we expect you to use Git and GitHub for collaboration, but feel free to use also other tools if you would love to opt for other tools as well. Project development as well. So we expect you to break down the project into roles. So who will be working on the back end? Who will be working on the UI, UX? And when we talk about project features, we want you to break down the features into milestones. So I would highly advise you to break it down into 4 milestones, because we have 4 weeks, and that means you could have 2-week-long sprints. So that should be 2 sprints, because that would be approximately, you have 4 weeks to complete your project. So breaking down your project will help you be able to complete it on time. Moving on to the last part would be on the reporting and product delivery. So we've broken this into 4 weeks, as I mentioned. And the first week would basically be beginning today. So we expect you to start meeting your team, brainstorm on what you're going to be working on, share details on your project with us. So we expect you to be able to share details on your project by 5th of October. That way you are able to start diving right in and working on your project. And then for the following 2 weeks, we expect you to share the progress of your project. That would be, week 2 would be 8th to 15th of October. So share your project by 15th of October, or rather your project progress by 15th of October. And for week 3, that should be the 16th to 23rd, please share your progress, or rather how far you've gone by the 23rd. And for the final reporting that we are really eager to see, as you start ideating, working on your project, eventually we would really love to see what you come up with. So by 30th of October, you should have shared your final project with us. We are really excited to see what you're going to be coming up with and the final product that you'll come up with. And we are very confident that a number of projects that we are going to be seeing are going to be the solutions we need to change the world, right? So as I mentioned, everything here applies as well to the individual participant. So I've mentioned here as well, all the above items apply to all the individual participants. Just think of it as you are your own team lead, you are your own team, and we are really excited to see what you are going to be coming up with. We're going to be having our very first session that we are going to go hands-on on collaboration, on GitHub, CI/CD. So see you then. Until then, please, start engaging your team, knowing them, and we're really excited to see what you'll come up with. Have a great community projects phase.